Hello everyone, welcome to Sky Hyzer Productions coverage of the final 9 holes of the final round 2020 Seviren Memorial FPO lead card. I'm excited to bring you this thrilling finish. We have just a stroke separating our leaders. My name is Ethan Jones, Team DCOM. Shout out Disc Crazy on the sponsor board there. And I have local Team Prodigy player Stevie Becker. Say hello, Stevie.
How's it going, y'all? I'm excited to see how this shakes out. We've got a tight race for first, second, and third, and then we've got another tight race for fourth. So we'll see how everything shakes.
Absolutely. So going into the back 9, if you thought the front 9 was difficult, wait until we get into the back 9 here. So they're going to be on course hole 8. They started on course hole 17. And we have par 3, 370 feet, plays like 400.
Yeah, in this new position, it is a absolute crush with whichever kind of gap you take off the tee. There's a right hand, backhand Hyzer, and then a forehand, which both Jessica and Courtney look to be taken.
Yep, Jessica's somewhere around the short pin there, and Jessica was throwing upwards of 400 plus foot forehands at Seviren, and as you can see, there's always some kind of a right to left crosswind here that'll beat down your disc. And this is obviously the most open that the course is going to get as well.
Yeah, you come out of the front 8 holes, front 6, 7 holes, and you come to holes 7 and 8, and you're kind of breathing for a while. You think everything's going to be okay, and then you step into hole 9, and everything goes back into the dark, and the woods start to show their teeth again.
Yeah, so it looks like no one really got close to the basket, but fortunately, due to the open nature, up and downs are usually pretty straightforward. Looks like Courtney is a little bit low on that one. We'll see if it's scooted up there.
Looks like a nice shot from Deann.
Jessica just off in this grass, but it's not out of bounds. It's just sometimes hard to find your disc, so keep an eye on those things.
Yeah, I believe she threw her Sonic there, like you said, in the front 9.
Oh, that was a good bid from Courtney. So Jessica's lining this putt up. She's gone back and forth between Hyzer and Hyzer putting. Looks like she's going to that Hyzer putt. And it's straight down the pole. Very nice.
Yeah, great putt.
I wonder if there's a particular wind or situation why she goes back and forth. Deann just cans one right over the rim. Courtney cleans up. Kona will clean up. And I think we have a par frame.
She looked at that T1 basket like, please do not put that back in.
Yeah, that's a headwind from there. Could definitely sling it back out. Talking about difficult holes, probably the second hardest hole in the course, hole 9, is a par 4 just under 600 feet, but is definitely a very treacherous tunnel going downhill probably about 15 to 20 feet to a landing zone, and then back uphill another 10 to 15 feet, about 300 on each shot. And so just throw 2 perfect 300-foot laser beams and you're all set.
Yeah, a lot easier said than done there, Ethan. These ladies are going to be trying to throw forehands off the tee as straight as possible, because if you're ending up left or right, you're going to be scrambling. and hopefully get them.
Yeah, Jessica was just slightly too wide with that forehand. It was looking great. Deann, that is one of the best drives I've ever seen.
Wow, that is incredible. And on the left side of the tee pad there's a huge gap, and she's going to be looking right at it.
Yeah, if you walked up on the fairway and just placed a disc where you wanted it to, it'd probably be right there. Kona was a little bit wide with her forehand. And Courtney, very good forehand player, rips this one. It's a little tight, but it gets down there.
Yeah, she hugged that right side, and I think that's a great play, trying to flex one down there and test the right side and flex out into the fair.
Yeah, this is another hole that if you find yourself scrambling prior to that creek that you're trying to get over to the landing zone, just like 18, it becomes a situation where you feel like once you start scrambling, you never stop.
Great shot.
Yeah, that was a fantastic shot from Jessica to put herself in position to get up and down.
The log skip, giving Kona an extra
Whoa.
boost.
Yeah, here's Deann on that left side fairway, getting inside the circle for a look at birdie. That's amazing.
Yeah, a 3 on this hole is really gaining you a stroke and a half on the field, and that's the open field. So this is what I call an 1100 rated birdie.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Even when I play this hole, I'm playing for position the whole time. Get to the creek, get somewhere in the middle of the fairway, and get up and down for par. So Deann is piecing this hole together very well, and the other ladies look like they're scrambling, like I usually do.
Yeah. There's been some good recovery shots, though. I think that it was good damage control for the ladies who were out of position off the tee, making sure that it doesn't get too out of hand, doesn't spiral out of control, which it definitely can do. Just a little low on that one. That's a low ceiling putt, so it definitely influences that.
Everybody cleaning up.
Moving on to hole 10, par 3, just under 300 feet. This is a downhill sloping hole to another death putt style green with a drop off to a ditch right behind it. You want to take the left side with a slight anhyzer stable putter, or you can take that right side with a little flip up hyzer. Look at that shot.
Yeah, taking a couple plinko shots on the green and ended up maybe within 15 feet. Great shot.
That had a lot of energy ripped down the hill. Jessica going for that stable putter play. Overturned a little bit, catches a little bit left of that right side brush so it doesn't get all the way down. That's kind of a decision putt right there.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see these ladies all take the true, I would say, fairway on the left side. The Hyzer, I feel like, is kind of a bait and switch in that it's really a poke and hope shot, but this is, it looks like they're all taking the true fairway.
Yeah, I like the Hyzer for kind of, if you throw it the gap, it gets you pretty much guaranteed in the circle too. If you fade and slide, you can get close. But that left side, if you throw it with just the right tempo, it's definitely very rewarding. Jessica just maybe a half go there, but throwing it nice and high so it lands soft. Smart play. Courtney cans one from about 28 feet.
Yeah, that was a great shot from Courtney, not to be overlooked. That was a fantastic birdie.
Deann trying to capitalize on her birdie. Looks like she's having to straddle out uphill footing. Couldn't quite get the energy into it. Looks like her heel was behind her, lower than her toe quite a bit. Just a tough position from Kona.
Yeah, that looked pretty awkward. It looked like she was trying to line up a little Annie putt and kind of got flat on.
Not the stroke that you want to drop there. Looks like she fired that one into the basket pretty hard there, kind of frustrated, I'm sure, after missing a couple of putts there. The first one was pretty difficult. But one thing about these baskets, they can definitely take a frustration tap out. Hole 11, this is another signature hole in the course. Just beautiful across this gully, across this creek, shooting into this gap, and then finishing slightly to the right. You'll see a lot of mid-ranges on flip-up Hyzer lines or Anhysers, and you'll see a lot of forehands as well. Courtney, who has a great forehand, is actually opting for the backhand. I will say that bailing out left is a little better than being caught up right, and she is coming up a little short, but she does stick on the hillside.
Yeah, super surprised. I would have expected, but good result.
Jessica's a little early with her forehand. Falls into that hillside, and as you can see, that is incredibly steep. That's probably about a 20-foot drop straight down there, and anything that hits into that does roll down to that creek area, which is casual. Deann's a little early, but kicks left. And Kona.
Yeah, super surprising to see 3 backhands on this hole, but it is a very pretty shot, so I can't fault them at all. And it looks like Kona has thrown a pretty great shot. Oh, looked like it got a pretty brutal kick to the left, but she will be looking at the basket for sure, looking like a little forehand up and
Yeah, I'm not sure what she hit, but it pretty much killed all the momentum. It was looking like a really good shot. It looks like she's going with a little high forehand and does catch something late. There is a look to run that for par, but again, there's a theme on this course. It is a death putt.
yeah, all of these baskets are, well, a lot of the baskets are on a severe slope, and if you miss from one side, you're going way down the hill. And Courtney's looking up one of those hills right now.
Yeah, she does get within about 20 feet. Jessica, this is usually pretty scrambleable position if you wind up right on the hill. It's better than being behind the creek.
I believe that was left-handed as well, which is super impressive.
Oh, it was. Wow. All right, I want to see the left-handed par save. Tagger.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Way to use your versatility and skill to get up and down from a really tough spot.
Hole 12. Par 3, about 400 feet. Things don't get easier, they get harder. Hole 11 was your breather. Both 10 and 11 are kind of your breathers in this stretch. And hole 12, you got this big chasm, tight hallway. You can choose the left or the right side. Right is super skinny, but is a direct line to the basket. Left, you see turnover shots, 4 hands. A lot of people are just playing this for 3.
Yeah, hole 12 has this gap in the middle that you're looking right at the basket, and it's very tempting to go with that route, but it looks like the ladies are going to take the smart gap, the big left gap, and try and get somewhere in the fairway over top of that green, lush land and get somewhere onto the dirt.
Yeah, Jessica going full tilt with the body there, really committing that shot. That is really, really good.
Yeah, she absolutely crushed that.
Yeah, if you don't hit this gap, what you can't really tell, you can kind of tell all that green area is basically just a chasm, and it's just death if you wind up in there. So everyone making that gap and getting a chance for a 3, in Jessica's case, a look at a 2, that is mission accomplished.
All right, we've got Kona throwing a forehand here.
That was snapped straight through the gap.
Yeah, super committed shot. Fantastic, dead center of the fairway. She should be looking at a pretty good opportunity to get there.
Courtney's in this tight kind of new growth tree bunch that's over on that left side. She flicks out a flexed forehand, is going to have about a circle's edge putt, might be obstructed. Kona executes that nicely. Deann's looking at a par.
That's that Annie putt again, or the Annie throw at least. It looks like she goes to that when she's a bit out of her Hyzer putt comfort zone.
Yeah, so she's guaranteed herself a 3. That's also getting strokes in the field. Courtney just off the front. Really good attempt at the par save, but she will be dropping a stroke to Jessica here. Jessica's really played clean some of these holes, and she's getting strokes on her competitors.
Yeah, just like you said in the front 9, this course played so hard today through FPO and MPO, where even par was just under 1,000 rated. So I mean, playing for par on every hole, you're executing some very technical shots and getting strokes on the whole field.
Absolutely. Kona fires from the hip. Cash money. That's good to see after the struggles on hole 10.
Yeah, great putt from her. Very committed. That's
Courtney's mini is almost as large as her disc as we move on to hole 13. This one, another one, just under 400 feet. You have a tee shot that is very tight in the tunnel. Going back over that creek again, you have another bridge. It is uphill at the start, but then you need to keep your disc straight enough to carry over another ditch into this green. One thing good about the green, it does kind of have a backstop, so it's not nearly as treacherous as most of the greens out here.
Yeah, Ethan, this hole really baits you into throwing a hyzer. And if you're throwing a regular right-hand backhand hyzer, you're going to end up in some junk. You really want to throw something straighter, like you said, and try and penetrate into that green.
Yeah, you'll see sometimes some really understable discs with some hyzer flip will work out. You'll see straight discs that are just pounded straight. The uphill angle is going to add some more fade, like you said, so the pure hyzer will end up in the stuff on the left. And just getting a good position here, sometimes really hard to do. We see some of these discs are getting some kicks on either side. I don't know if one side or the other is worse on this hole. It's just it's all not ideal.
Yeah, it looks like they're all penetrating through the main gap, getting over the walking bridge. So I think they all have the opportunity to get up and down. The left side, wow, what a great run there from Jessica. The left side might be a bit tougher just because of the angle that you're going to be approaching the green and the growth, but they all have the opportunity to get up.
Yeah, that was a fantastic approach shot, followed up by yet another one. This one is, oh my gosh, almost ringing it up from Deann. She was like in Sasquatch land again, and that thing just came firing out of the woods.
Yeah, they're tearing up these approach shots, giving the basket a run for its money.
Courtney does wind up in this area on the other side of the ditch, but it is a runnable putt. It is uphill behind the basket. Yeah. Not just runnable, makeable.
Yeah, what a great putt from back there. That's probably a 40-foot putt up.
Yeah, it's definitely longer and more uphill than the camera showed. And that's such a weapon to be able to use your normal putting stroke from 40 feet. So there are going to be times when you can't step it, you can't jump it because of the footing, and she was able to cash it with a normal stroke. Moving on to hole 14, 500 feet. It is a severe dogleg to the right. Uphill off the tee, you'll see a lot of chip forehands. The backhand and hyzer is the aggressive play. And then we have to follow up with this other tight tunnel. You can go left like the drone has, or right of those three trees in the second fairway. And this is a very guarded pin position, so another difficult par 4. All the par 4s in this course have lots of teeth and require specific landing zone tee shots.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the tougher holes on the course. You want to basically just pitch up something overstable forehand like Jessica was doing, or this very aggressive backhand and hyzer like Deann is going to try and execute.
Yeah, Deann has shown us some really good forehand approach shots, but she really loves the backhand off the tee. Looked like she was just a little bit wide, maybe a little low. Normally you want to get that thing with a lot of anhyzer kind of tight and pretty high if you're doing that play.
Yeah, definitely. The more right you can get off the tee, the better. Even in the rough is not too bad.
Yeah, unlike the previous hole, this hole, right side is way worse than left side. Courtney looks like a pretty good shot. She's going to be right up there in the middle, and she's actually pretty close to the short tee, so definitely the drive of the group there.
Looks like Kona finds herself in a position I often find myself in this course. Forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. It's just so tough to scramble on this course, and let's see what she can do.
This one's just a little bit overturned. She's going to be on that left side, looks like, unless she cut out of there. Jessica in a similar position, a little further up, going for, looks like the same play. Jessica's been showing that she's really good at this shot all through the event, and I expect that she'll thread this one nicely. Wow, that was so close to being absolutely under the basket. Just left of that tree and it was home free.
Courtney in the perfect spot. Throws a fantastic flex on that left side there, giving her a chance at a birdie, which is a great squad.
Yep, she'll have a similar distance putt to the one she just hit, so you know she'll be confident in that one. Kona has a tight line here. You saw the gap she was going for. It's there, but man, when you're in there in the sticks, you just do not feel like you have the freedom to really hit that like you want to.
Tough scramble there.
Yeah. Understatement for sure. Deann, smooth and Hyzer. And this one looks like it fights forward. Give her a putt.
Got Jessica here. A little Hyzer up. Oh, she kicks a tree, goes left. Let's see what she's got from there. Wow, Kona with super awkward spot. There's a like an ultimate style forehand. Gets right by the bat.
Now Courtney's window is a little more open than it looks, but she does have that, just that one branch in front of her. It looks like she clipped a little bit. Deann does have a putt here. Just off the rim.
Got a bunch of cleanups, it looks like, from all these ladies, keeping the race really, really tight.
Yeah, it looks like going into that hole, there's just a few strokes separation. And so I think things are getting even tighter. As Courtney taps out. Deann will follow up last. Moving on. Just a couple more holes to play. Hole 15, par 3, 300 feet. Just a fairly generous gap off the tee, and you want a disc that is fading down this tunnel but still penetrating. You can skip down to the screen. This one is a downsloping green, but it's pretty easy to run at it without too much worry. It does have kind of a ditch that collects discs down back behind the basket, and sometimes you'll see flex forehands on this hole. A lot of times you'll see kind of a flip up putter or mid backhand that kind of almost flips up to flat and then kind of penetrates and slow fades down the tunnel.
Yeah, it looks like the first two ladies are going to throw that backhand shot, and I believe that's the better play. Jessica's pin trained so far all the way over the creek.
She skid across the bridge, I think. Did you see that?
Wow, no, I didn't see that, but it looked like it took some wild skips along the way.
I like this line from Deann. Just gets caught up a little bit early, but that is the exact line you want. Like a foot higher, I think she would have been in the circle. Kona definitely good at these controlled backhand shots. Oh, just slightly too wide. It's easy to do. You feel like almost that you need to saw it off on this hole to be perfect.
Yeah, that backside comes into play with the backhand. I was goaded into throwing a forehand on this hole during the tournament, and I had never done it before, but I got fortunate and it worked out. Here's some good up and downs. That was a good one from Kona.
Yeah, Courtney trying to salvage a 4 at this point. So she had maintained a 15 under or 15 over, and looks like she's going to drop to 16. Kona at 17 had the good approach shot. Jessica definitely in position to win the event if she can just keep it clean. This is an obstructed putt, going high, almost ringing it up.
Wow, she wanted that one and she gave it a great chance. That was a super obstructed putt. Went with a really vertical shot, but looks like she'll be able to get up and down for a par from that wild bridge.
Yeah, that was a good decision too, understanding the situation. You know, if she goes for a more direct putt, tries to thread it through and hits the first thing, then she's got another obstructed putt, possibly bleeding strokes out. But she makes a smart play, does something that can go in, and moves on with the par. Hole 16, 250 feet. This is probably going to be the easiest hole in this whole stretch. It is the finishing hole. It's a birdie hole. Forehand's a really good play here because it finishes into that kind of island green with that ditch around it, sloping right to left very heavily, and it's hard packed dirt. And Jessica looks like she may have just sealed the tournament right there. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, great shot from Jessica. Way to seal the deal there. Give herself a look for birdie.
Deann smoothing a backhand down there. Ring it up. Oh, that was chain high, just right.
Yeah, great shot from Deann as well. Doing what she can to get some strokes on Jessica.
We have Kona definitely hunting the ace at this point. It's a beautiful flex. Get up. Wow.
Yeah, so much touch there. Landing just before the basket, using the undulation of the green to scoot up with that forehand.
Yeah. Challenge to the guys sitting on your couch. Go to this hole and flex a straight mid-range and get it down there. Courtney trying to get up there, salvage your par.
Yeah, Courtney is going to be dealing with a severe slope there, using all of the leg to try and get into this putt. Yeah, great putt.
That is a super good putt. It's also silty down there, so you don't have much footing to work with at all. Oh, sit down. No. The one little tree didn't do its job.
Oh, that's super brutal. It was a pretty decent bid, and just these fast greens kind of picked it up.
Yeah, this is a kind of a drainage area. It does play casual, so you can take your disc right there. Comes up a little bit short on that bend. If you take it behind that, you have such a longer putt. You know, Jessica finishes in style with the birdie. She could have just laid up, took it safe, but she wanted to get that other stroke on the field.
Yeah, that was a great way to finish your tournament. Being aggressive all the way to the end.
Yeah, definitely not that many birdies on the course, but she takes it down, moves back up to 12, and at the end of the day, it was tight coming in, but congratulations to Jessica taking down the title. What did you think of that play, or her play throughout the round, Stevie?
Yeah, she kept it clean, and she scrambled really, really well, not making too many mistakes, and that gave her the opportunity to win. Good job, Jessica. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, everyone who watched and listened, and thank you to GK for the drone footage. Thank you to all the sponsors for this event. We'll be back with the A-Tier next year, and also thank you to Hyzer Productions for filming this and having this come on commentary. Have a good one.